Hello to all you listeners out there.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Chris, and we are the Nerd Squadron.
Nerd Squadron is a group of dedicated fans who want to discuss our favorite things about movies, comics, manga, video games, and other nerd-related topics.
I really can't wait for us talking about especially manga and video games, especially like anime.
Oh yeah,
so much stuff to talk
definitely
about.
gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah. So we were mostly inspired for the creation of Nerd Squadron because we saw so many podcasts and video essayists making videos about these topics, but never really delving deep into the topics, especially regarding its underlying themes and how it affects readers and listeners and viewers, etc. But for the most part, I just want to have somewhere we can have a deeper meaning of these things that we know there is more to. I'm mostly inspired by one podcast in particular. If you're listening to this, shout out to you. Last podcast on the left. They do a lot of great topics, especially on the more surreal and sometimes a bit macabre issues, like especially in history. But they have so much fun with it, and I'm so happy when I listen to it.
Yeah, I'd have to say my biggest inspiration for doing this is probably the Cultured Nerd. The guys over there, they get a lot of news in, but they don't claim to be scoopers. They don't claim, hey, yeah, this is 100%, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is the information I have, do with it what you will.
That's kind of like how I want to handle it, especially when it comes to new news, especially with new directors or there's a new announcement for a new movie coming out or whole series. When you want to talk about Disney, of course, they have a lot of stuff coming every now and then. It's always something new.
Oh yeah, they're making a lot of big announcements right now. Anyway.
Oh yeah, they're always big. They have to be big. But aside from that, one other show I'm a huge fan of is on YouTube, Red Letter Media. I don't know if you ever seen them, but they make a lot of videos regarding movie reviews, movie in-depth retrospectives. Sometimes they just laugh at the worst movies as possible. Sometimes they have guest stars, and they have a lot of fun with that. Aside from that, what I really want to discuss with the show is we're going to start discussing soon is regarding the DC universe and how they're going to have a new director. I think it was James Gunn.
Oh yeah, he's going to be doing Superman Legacy, I think is the title for it. It's just going to be a whole new thing. Everything they did before is just gone.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people have some issues with previous directors like Zack Snyder. I personally think unwarranted. Yeah, see, it's a lot. I mean, it's very heated topic, but honestly, to see something new happen and people are passionate enough that they notice and they want to make something new. I'm very happy to see because we could use more, at least to counterbalance against Marvel's or Disney's Marvel's MCU lineup, because when you just have one set of superheroes, then it's going to start getting stale, in my opinion.
Oh, I've seen a lot of people comment on superhero fatigue. I don't think it's a superhero fatigue. I think it is a Marvel fatigue, because especially during the pandemic and everything, they just released so much content, and it wasn't what it was.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell that because they have no one competing with them as much yet, that the quality has gone down the drain because they know people are just going to watch it.
Oh yeah, but people are going to buy tickets to it no matter what.
Yeah. But aside from that, we got to discuss more things than just that, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
One thing I absolutely want to discuss is the upcoming new stuff with video games, especially with Nintendo. They have new games coming out. They have a new park coming out. I guess in Orlando area, which is where we're from.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to open in 2025.
Yeah, it's going to be part of the Universal's Epic Universe, and that's going to be a huge thing, which I can't wait to go in depth on a future episode. I also want to discuss things such as manga, especially. I'm a huge One Piece fan, for example.
Oh, definitely.
And I think around last year, I just went and dived deep into the entire show, in a single summer. And I gotta tell you, that was a lot of time used, but it was a lot of time worth taking just to dive into that, because it's a huge. If anyone has not heard about One Piece, I don't know how you haven't, but it is the biggest anime that I know off the top of my head. It's right now, 1,080 chapters in as of this recording. It's getting really interesting if you've been watching and reading for a long time. I know some people have been probably watching all the lives, considering how long the show has been going on. So like, it's gonna get really interesting there. I also want to talk about like other anime. Like, I'm also a huge fan of Berserk or Hunter x Hunter. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but Hunter x Hunter for all the people out there who want to correct me.
Yeah, but, I've never known if it was Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I hear people say Hunter like verse Hunter, but I don't know. I pronounce it exactly as I read it. Call me like double digit IQ, if you will, but I'm totally okay with that. But I also like One Punch Man. I'm a huge fan of One Punch Man.
I have so many issues with One Punch fans.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me more. I'm actually interested in this.
We'll do a whole episode on that. But
okay.
Going back to One Piece is actually really I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but it's the channel O'Hara and Grand Line Review on YouTube. They are phenomenal channels, and they both kind of dive deep into the history and the lore behind everything in One Piece.
Oh yeah, you can feel a freaking encyclopedia.
Oh yeah, no,
that,
dude,
like,
those guys know so much, and it's just they are great channels, episodes, everything.
Now I want to clarify: don't go to these channels if you don't want to be spoiled, because there's so much stuff going on in One Piece all at once that you won't be able to catch up, even if you like were to know a couple names, because there's just so much about it that you probably have more about One Piece characters than you probably do about some historical people.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
there's a lot to know, but it's really interesting despite like how lighthearted it can seem, like especially in the first few episodes. I would definitely invest into it.
Yeah.
Now,
something else I'd really want to talk about is also Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
there's so much going on with Pokemon right now, with Ash leaving the anime, a new series starting.
Yeah, and the thing is, Pokemon is huge actually, just because like it's not just the anime you really have to talk about. It's also everything else, like the games, the games, like
the card game.
Yeah,
you can talk about Pokemon Go if you really insist. For that one, another great channel that dives into that history and lore is Birdkeeper Toby.
Birdkeeper Toby.
He is probably one of my favorite YouTube channels, like ever. He's designed this entire like, it's kind of like a family tree of how Pokemon evolved from one another and how that all splits off.
I always kind of were interested in like the fantasy Pokemon type of issue, like where people end up trying to create these new ideas for like, I guess fake Pokemon, where they design their own thing.
Fakemon.
Like Fakemon. And I've seen a lot of really interesting ideas that it seems like now I look back, Nintendo or at least Game Freak, when they make Pokemon, it's been like kind of more simplified than it was before. So like it's been more like
well, all these people are making these fake Pokemon, and Nintendo and Game Freak sees this and it's like, wow, well, any idea with that?
It's a good idea.
This, like, we can't use it now because that'd be.
So, well, they won't copy it, of course. It's their own idea, but they can't steal it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, because it's like, like great ideas, people take them all the time.
Well, it's one of those things like they can pay for it.
Yeah, like commission.
Kind of like Marvel did with Venom back in the day. Venom was a fan idea, and Marvel just bought the rights from that person.
Yeah, it's absolutely doable, especially like if something's good enough and they really want it, they can go get it. Especially when it comes to like creative ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's some Fakemon out there that I probably wouldn't want to see.
Like, oh God, no.
Like there's this one in particular. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like I've been watching this YouTube channel about this. Like it's a whole history series, right? About this one guy. And it's like 50 episodes, and he made like a Fakemon. Like it's a mix of Pikachu and Sonic, and it's the weirdest thing ever, and it's the most hilarious thing. But it was very interesting watching it. But yeah, if you want to look him up, it is
sounds kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
You have no idea. So it's if you want to look up his channel, like for the documentary, it's Geno Samuel 2.1. You probably recognize him. The show is called The Comprehensive History of Chris Chan. I'm always interested in stuff like that. That's actually something I want to discuss as well, like internet, like history and internet culture, because there's a lot of stuff that actually happens that isn't ever discussed on the news, for example, but is also like very influential on like what comes out in like television and movies and stuff like that. But people don't pay attention to it, and I believe that on some topics and issues we should discuss like current events relating to like the nerd culture, the nerddom, the nerdosphere, if you will.
So I think that's going to be it for this episode. So we're just going to end it here. Hopefully people will want to, listen to us talk a little bit. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to have guests on here, other friends of ours.
Absolutely. I want to make sure we continue by doing interviews, mini-series about all these topics. So stay tuned, and we'll give you great episodes soon enough.
And bear with us as this is a learning experience for us.
Oh yeah, this is our first podcast.
Yeah, so we've never done anything like this before. I know for me personally, this is a way to get like the nerdiness out, because as much as I love my wife, I'll be talking about nerdy stuff, and I can just see the eyes glaze over.
No, I totally understand, but let's be honest here.
And then the phone comes out for Facebook.
This is our first steps into something great, so we just got to be excited for it.
And we're doing this for fun. This isn't like, oh yeah, this is our new job. Like, we're doing this because we just simply enjoy talking about these things. So hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to us speak about it. Feel free to comment on our videos because we're going to be on like YouTube,
Spotify. I believe we're going to get on iTunes. We're going to try to do that. But most certainly, you're going to be in a place where you can listen easily. We won't make this hard to get to.
We're on Instagram under the Nerd Squadron. We'll have a title card on our thing that'll have our logo on it. So you can just follow us on Instagram. We post a lot of stuff. We've been posting a lot of stuff on there, getting started.
We have a Twitter now, don't we?
We do have a Twitter.
Yeah, so if you love Twitter so much that you can't leave it, then that's probably the best place you can see us. We'll, of course, try to relay anything we put on Insta onto Twitter, so you can stay in touch and on time with our new podcast episodes and anything we want to discuss. But other than that, I can't wait to hear our people who are interested in listening to us and hear what they want to discuss along with us.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, my name's Chris.
I'm Andrew.
And this has been Nerd Squadron. Stay tuned, and we'll see you again next time.